Okay, I just want to talk supplement yesterday's subject. Okay, going to red light. Okay, and this is part of the pace concept. Green light, yellow light, red light. Okay, and the idea is don't hurry into a void. Okay, when you come to a red light, what do? You wait. Okay, and this was really born. We were playing Davidson, who we should have. I was at Elon. I had some great players and playing them in 2009. We're running zone, and I imagine if we were running at angles, we'd have picked this up. But we were going pretty fast, and I kept saying to this kid, uh, I won't give you the kid's name. I said, slow down, slow down. He wouldn't. He went hurrying through, piercing the line of scrimmage, and they were bringing the outside backer under the end and TFLing us. So after that, I said, look, slow your shit down, okay? Don't be in a hurry. If this guy attacks you or if he attacks you, they've turned that into green light. But let's see if somebody is coming in this direction. And then, of course, that we were able to, by hanging around, we were able to come and rewind without turning our shoulders. That's the translation concept, and possibly help the center, et cetera, and so on. And at this point, we really weren't running C gap. C gap became something we did in 10, and then of course we took it to Ball State. This is all B gap stuff. Okay, so that was the way. That was where red light was born. I didn't call it red light, but that's where it was born. Red light. Okay, and we took it way further than this. And the whole idea was don't be in a hurry to pierce. Okay, now taking it to the backside. Okay, this is C gap, and this, of course, is the stovepipe. Well, here's the Apache on, say, an underfront. And everybody was smoking out of here and leaving this guy. And, Alex Gibbs' answer to this was to cut him, put him on the ground. We're running C gap here. Okay. But in our system, we were told, or the kids were told, that C gap, they were Apaches. Okay. The stovepipe was over here. And what this guy was going to do is encircle. He's looking for nose. He's looking for, middle X stunts, that type of stuff. We figured if there was a spike, he'd hit it right in the ear. Okay, we have an ear hole drill for that. But basically, he's not going to hurry. He's not going to be in a hurry to pierce. And we say, okay, this guy's going to get there. Now we're going to take that. That's not even the angle we took. It was more like this. Okay, Apache and circle, come back. If you need to give help with one hand. Okay, and if you had to go that way to get to your backer, of course, C gap, we're counting hats. Okay, we're not counting spots. But you could give a little presence and not allow this guy to do this. If I've seen 100 of these, if I've seen one of these, I've seen 1,000 of them. That 3 technique is in the backfield, okay? Because this guy went smoking out of there. And no matter what you tell this guy, cut. Well, now we started skipping and cutting, and that really made a difference. And then skipping the tackle on the Apache, that was money. Okay, so the thing was skip and then encircle. Okay, and some of that was turning the shoulders, but basically we were able to skip and get square on this guy. Okay, but this is not a true combo. We're not trying to combo this thing. We're just trying not to hurry through a void. We're trying to slow this guy down to help this guy out with one hand and using, the footwork. I mean, use the footwork you want. People were giving me a hard time about skip work, and I went to the straight arc, which works fine too. The difference between skip and arc is skip might be faster, okay, but you get a little higher, okay? You got to really work on staying condensed, okay? But this is the one-hand Heisman Trophy. Hit the Heisman, keep the open leg and the free hand, okay? But it's not a true combo. Now, when you go to A gap, now you're in the stovepipe. The concepts are the same. Don't hurry into a void. This guy's he's going to hit this dude at the handoff, okay? And here we're trying to cover. This is a true combo. We're trying to double team this thing. We're going to step, okay, slide, veer, whatever step you want to take. Try to stay square. Come back with the shoulder, okay? That's the shoulder roll, okay? We don't want to get hit in the chest, but as we step, we are in a void, okay? This guy's going to skip and cover, and skip to cover because he's really green lighting the next guy, okay? But this is a true combo. We would actually call this a double team, and the double team, we don't want it to go this way. We want it to go this way, okay? And if there's a gap scheme with this guard pulling, we'd want it to go this way. Okay, but the whole idea is this is a true combo, but still don't be in a hurry, okay? Shoulder lift, keep an open leg, keep a free hand, grab this guy, and if there's any kind of stun or movement, anything, protect your gap first, okay? And we have got to, this is the number one thing, because we're in the stovepipe, we have got to get change, okay? If it's zone or if it's pull and guard hold, gap, what people call gap. To me, this is all gap, okay? And, of course, we're going to either read this guy over here or cut him with somebody, cut the defense. But we got to separate the read key or the guy that's being man-blocked. We got to separate these two guys. We got to get this guy isolated. We've got to make a void. We've got to get punch, okay? And there's another concept that I go back and forth on, okay? If your backer is here, if this guy defines himself, or you can hammer him over, you come climbing up right to the spot and get that backer, okay? But if the backer's here, do you stay on the spot or do you go back and get him? I don't know, okay? But as long as you hammer this guy and knock him into the gap so that the guard can grab him with two hands, you're in good shape, okay? I would game plan this, because if this guy's making a tackle, the coordinator's looking at you sideways, okay? So we would probably rewind back to him, okay? I go back and forth on that. Do you stay tight? Do you stay mated, okay? Or do you change direction? And I think changing direction, as long as we could handle that guy, okay? As long as we could handle that guy with the center, we'd say, okay, we're going to game plan this. We're going to dig this dude, okay? Which we would dig him anyway, okay? But the zero nose is the guy you got to worry about, okay? Anyway, that's it, okay? Red light.